Well, hello, everyone. I'm Maggie Mongan of Brilliant Breakthroughs, Inc. And today I have the honor of interviewing Dr. Beatriz Olson, who is committed to sharing her life experiences and wisdom to support others in their wellness transformation. Her book is titled Mind Body Secrets, and the subtitle really, I think, is where the specialness is. It's a medical doctor's spiritual and scientific guide to wellness. It's very important for you to know who Dr. Beatrice is because she is an expert in women's endocrine health. She uses mind body techniques and is an integrative medicine physician. And she has cared for 6,000 women. Did you hear me? 6,000 women for more than 3 decades. Before we begin, could you please, Dr. Beatrice, explain what endocrine and integrative means so we all understand what we're talking about?
Yes. Thank you, Maggie, for having me and for this discussion. Endocrine is the study of hormones, and it's a very beautiful specialty within the field of internal medicine where we have multiple subspecialties. So all of the board certified endocrinologists have actually gone through a process of medical school, then internship residency in internal medicine, and then they go on for 3 more years to study endocrinology. So it's a big deal when you hear that you're being cared for by a board certified endocrinologist. This is someone that really has taken the time. So what are hormones? Hormones are like your estrogen that allows you to become a woman, testosterone that allows boys to become men, insulin, which helps us manage our nutrition in the body. We need insulin for the body to take the nutrients that we have and change them into energetic pieces that actually work for our body to have energy. So multiple, like the thyroid, for example, I'm a specialist in thyroid hormone, and autoimmune diseases, which are caused by viruses or gut issues or familial issues. There's a self-attack. Your body attacks your thyroid, for example, and the thyroid stops working. And as a result, you may gain weight, you may not feel well, you feel sluggish. And it turns out that you're missing thyroid hormone, and that we know to replace so that you can return to your wellness again. So it's a very specialized space of great knowledge and trying to figure out. Sometimes we can't give a hormone without fixing the other. So that's the work of endocrinology and hormones. I'm a specialist in this, and I've been taking care and I care for women truly because 80% of endocrine disease happens to women.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's how it became that's why it became a women's world for me. And that's why I've ended up doing this work. Now, your second question is a very special question for me, because integrative medicine, in my mind, is integrating all of the beautiful skills that we have. They're like arrows in my quiver of how many ways I have to treat people. I am a hormone expert, so I know about hormones. I'm an internal medicine person. So if you show up to me and you're telling me that I'm short of breath, I'm going to have a differential of what is causing your shortness of breath. From a heart problem, from asthma to a blood clot, I'm going to go through that differential diagnosis. If you're having soul distress, I know that your lack of wellness is not coming from a hormone lack, but it is coming because you are sad in your soul and in your heart, and something has happened that you may not have given language to, but is being expressed in the body. I am able to detect those things because I have expertise over 30 years of doing this. So I can combine things and tell someone, no, it's not that you are missing something that I can give you, but rather that we need to find solace and connection of how you're disconnected emotionally and bring you back to home. So when you do this together, people understand, oh, that's what was going on. Let me focus on that. So that's integrative medicine, combining all of these spaces together and knowing which tools to use, which skills to pull so that the person is served. I'm here to serve.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I really appreciated you saying these are all the different arrows in my quiver. They're your tools. And when you said that, it was easy to understand. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for the question.
All right. Are you ready for the question, the hot topic for this video in your series?
Yes.
Dr. Beatriz, why? Why did you decide that now was the time for you to write this book?
Well, Maggie, this book has been in the making for 20 plus years.
Okay.
Different things. But I was always too perfectionistic in my mind to let me write it and let me bring it out, because my old mindset was that it wasn't going to be good enough, that it wasn't going to be complete. Science is never complete. Science continues to evolve. So if I write a book now, it may not be viable a few years from now. So how can I find within my place something that will not change over time? How can I create something that is a legacy that I can give to others and allow it to fly and allow it to help people? So the time came with COVID. I had 3 members of my family sick. One was dying. An aunt died separately from the other 3 members of my family that were in the hospital, not doing well. Many of my patients died, and friends died. And I thought that I could die too.
Oh.
And then I thought, what would I regret? There are books that talk about the things that we regret as we're dying.
Sure.
And one of them is not having lived your authentic life and not having given the fullness that you could have given because you were held back by fears, ideas, and mindsets that interfered with the process. And I felt I needed to leave something for next generations to know how they could protect themselves from the harms that we're facing right now. You see, we're like monkeys. Our biology has evolutionarily occurred over millennia, and yet the world has changed on us in the last 150 years. So we're facing new challenges physically, and we have lost the capacity to respect the rhythms of our body and how to tend to them. And I thought, if I am able to help people know the truth and know how they can protect from themselves from what is happening now, yet enjoy the beauty of the current world to the best of our capacities, that would be a gift. And that'll help other generations, because, you know, the sicker we get now, we get epigenetic changes. That means changes in the way that our DNA gets expressed for the next generation. And we get sicker and sicker. And I think that each one of us has a role in trying to protect humanity. And I want to pass the word. If I teach 10, those 10 will teach 10 others. And it'll be a process of ripples in the water that transform what is happening with us right now.
Oh, thank you. And you are exactly correct, because I think I've already shared at least your book with 10 other people, at least. So I'm doing my part.
Thank you.
Well, I would like to thank you for your wisdom sharing today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you bet. This is beautiful. And this, everyone, is our 3rd of 5 videos in the Get to Know the Author, Dr. Beatriz Olson series. So please go to beatrizolson.com, and that's Beatriz olson.com to learn more about the amazing Dr. Beatrice, as well as her book, Mind Body Secrets. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maggie.